Before we dive in, if you're loving this saga and want to see what happens next, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss where this is headed. The earth trembled. Not just a quake, a fundamental rupture in reality itself. The sky tore open with a scream that echoed across dimensions. And from the fire, from the ash, from the combined rage of every fallen god of destruction, something impossible took shape. One body, multiple souls, a fusion born from death itself. In the cold void of space, Goku's friends watched in horror, protected by the mysterious stranger's aura. Around them, over 100 angels formed an impenetrable ring, their sole mission crystal clear: ensure Goku never leaves this battlefield alive. Pan's tears floated weightless as Earth crumbled below. Gohan's fists clenched tight, his voice barely steady. "Dad will fix this. He always does." Krillin stared at the inferno consuming their home. He's never failed us before, but Piccolo's eyes narrowed. Something felt wrong, deeply wrong. Back on the burning planet, Goku stood motionless amid the flames. His expression was calm, almost serene, as if he'd already seen how this story ends. The creature emerged from the smoke, towering, grotesque, radiating power that shouldn't exist. Golden inscriptions crawled across its skin like living things. Its smile was confident, mocking. Each step extinguished the fires beneath its feet. It stopped directly in front of Goku, face to face, and the wind died. Time itself seemed to hold its breath. Among the angels, one thought echoed through their ranks. This is it. This is where Goku falls. But Goku's voice cut through the silence, firm and unyielding. "I gave you a chance to walk away. You chose this. Your stubbornness will cost you everything." The creature's laugh was deep, reverberating through the shattered ground. "You're just a rebellious mortal playing dress-up. I was born from the combined essence of gods. I control nature itself now." Without warning, it lunged. The punch came faster than sound, aimed straight at Goku's face. The ground exploded. Dust and debris shot skyward. But when the smoke cleared, Goku stood exactly where he'd been. The creature's fist was caught, held, stopped cold in Goku's palm. Goku looked up, his golden eyes gleaming with something between disappointment and boredom. "Is that it? I don't have time for this." The creature's smile vanished. Its second fist came crashing down with the force of a collapsing star. The impact should have split the planet in half. Instead, Goku caught that one too. Both fists held effortlessly, like catching falling leaves. In space, the friends erupted in cheers. Even Vegeta's daughter managed a hopeful smile through her tears. But the angels watching from their perimeter remained unnervingly calm. A few even smiled, as if everything was unfolding exactly according to plan. Goku's voice dripped with mock curiosity. "What exactly are you trying to accomplish here? I told you, my time is valuable. If this is your full strength, you've genuinely disappointed me." The creature's laugh returned, darker this time. "I appreciate your confidence, Goku. But what if I told you this fight is full of surprises?" Its mouth opened impossibly wide. A massive energy wave erupted, raw, chaotic, blinding. The blast caught Goku square in the chest and sent him hurtling backward through mountains of rubble. Moments passed, then Goku reappeared, standing amid the destruction, flames dancing around his form. His expression hadn't changed. "Didn't expect that, but it's still nowhere near my limit." The creature didn't respond with words. It responded with speed. A storm of punches followed, hundreds per second, each one capable of leveling cities. The attacks seemed to strike empty air, but then something impossible happened. The punches curved, bent, wrapped around behind Goku. The explosion that followed shook space itself. The creature's laugh echoed through the chaos. "Didn't I tell you? I control nature. My power doesn't follow your rules. It draws from the cosmos itself." When the smoke cleared, Goku was on one knee. Flames licked at his clothes. He looked up. His eyes were steady, unshaken. "All right, boredom's setting in. Let's try something better." Goku vanished. Not teleported, not moved quickly. Simply ceased to exist in that location. Even the angels couldn't track him. Their eyes darted frantically across the battlefield, searching for any trace of movement, any flicker of energy. Then he appeared, right in front of the creature's face. His hand shot forward and clamped down on the creature's mouth with brutal force. The sound echoed like thunder. "You're awfully deceitful," Goku said. his voice cold. "That mouth of yours needs discipline. How about you count your teeth while watching them fall?" The creature's eyes flared. Twin beams of destructive energy burst from them, point-blank range. Goku didn't flinch. His fist moved, one strike, impossibly fast, perfectly placed. The impact sent the creature rocketing upward. It tore through the atmosphere in seconds, a blazing streak climbing higher and higher until it vanished beyond sight. Goku raised his hand toward the heavens, his voice carried across dimensions. "I'll make your grave in hell itself. The same flames that burn this planet will consume you." Energy gathered in his palm. Not just power, something more fundamental. The very essence of retribution. The blast erupted skyward, a pillar of golden light that pierced the atmosphere and kept climbing. It reached the sun and dragged the creature into it. Krillin's jaw dropped. He just threw him into the sun. "That's impossible." Gohan stared in disbelief. "What kind of power is this?" Complete silence followed. Even the angels stood frozen, their expressions unreadable, though a few smiled faintly, as if watching a performance go exactly as rehearsed. Goku turned toward them, his tone sharp with warning. "Seems you've forgotten. You're under my watch now." But among the angel ranks stood one who seemed different. His posture was off, his grip on his staff unusual, his behavior too controlled. Goku's eyes flicked toward him briefly, then away. A mistake he'd realized too late. One of the lead angels spoke, his voice dripping with cold amusement. "Prepare yourself, Goku. You thought you ended this quickly, didn't you?" Before Goku could respond, the sunlight died. The sky went black. Not nightfall, something worse. As if light itself had been erased from existence. Everyone froze. Pan screamed. Gohan's heart hammered against his ribs. Then something massive fell from the heavens. The impact shattered the ground for miles in every direction. Space itself rippled with the force. When the dust cleared, the creature stood there, reborn, transformed, more powerful than before. Goku's expression hardened. His voice was low, dangerous. Their fusion changed his nature entirely. His behavior's different. He's hiding something. The creature's grin was wicked, confident. "Your end is near, Goku." What followed was violence beyond comprehension. They clashed at speeds that made light look slow. Fists met fists with impacts that cracked the fabric of reality. Every blow sent shockwaves rippling through dimensions. Krillin watched from space, his voice trembling with awe. "I haven't seen him fight like this since he came back from the void. This is the first time I've ever witnessed Goku like this." But Piccolo's face remained grim. His instincts screamed danger. "Something's wrong. Goku's far stronger than that creature, but something's off. These angels aren't just watching. They're using the ruler as a weapon." Gohan stepped forward, worry etched across his face. "What do you mean?" Piccolo's eyes never left the battle. "What happened in the sun wasn't natural. That creature converts every attack against him into power. Every negative strike from Goku becomes positive energy feeding him." Worry rippled through the group. Then a voice cut through their conversation, quiet but chilling. "Enough chatter." They spun around. The mysterious stranger stood there, his expression unreadable. "The real danger hasn't even begun. This isn't a battle. It's a game, and it ends by my hand." Absolute silence. No one dared speak. Even Gohan could only whisper, "Who is he?" Back on the battlefield, dust covered everything. Through the haze, Goku's form emerged, slowly falling to one knee. His face showed exhaustion. His breathing came heavy and labored. "Something about this creature doesn't add up," he muttered. "His power is nowhere near mine, but my body, I can feel my energy being drained automatically. What's happening to me?" He looked up at his opponent, who stood radiating absolute confidence. The creature's voice was smooth, assured. "I'll now show you how darkness binds its final light." Around him, vortices of energy materialized, twisting, writhing, forming into burning chains. They shot forward at lightning speed, wrapping around Goku's arms and legs before he could react. His body slammed into the ground with crushing force. Goku tried to move, tried to break free, but every time he tensed his muscles, the chains glowed brighter and tightened further. They were feeding on his strength, converting it into restraints. The creature moved closer. Darkness thickened around him like living smoke, as if he fed on light itself. Goku's voice was quiet, but steady. "I understand now. Your attacks weren't random. They were planting your energy inside me from the start." The creature stopped directly above him, slowly raised one hand, preparing to deliver the final blow. Meanwhile, deep within the Grand Palace, silence reigned. The Grand Priest sat holding an ornate cup, a soft smile playing across his lips. "Well," he said to the empty room, "I didn't expect your end to come at the hands of my children's invention. My creation was supposed to be my final weapon, but releasing it early made it ignore my commands. Perhaps that's the price of haste. Its development wasn't complete." He paused, staring into his cup thoughtfully. "Nevertheless, its existence won't be wasted. After you fall, Goku, I'll fill the vacant positions. Choose who rules the new worlds, born from your ashes." His smile widened. On Earth, silence fell over everyone watching. Goku's energy had been completely drained. His body still stood upright, but something was terribly wrong. His eyes turned completely black. His hair shifted to a lifeless, dark color. Even his clothes transformed into shadowy fabric. The sacred symbols of his angelic transformation vanished into nothing. He looked like darkness itself had swallowed him whole. The creature raised its hand high, ready to strike. The entire battlefield trembled with gathering power. But suddenly, a bright light exploded from the necklace lying on the ground beside Goku. Pure, warm, overwhelming light flooded the area. It blinded the creature momentarily, forcing it to shield its eyes. That light rose like a golden thread from the necklace and connected directly to Goku's forehead, to the spot where his symbol had been. Everything stopped. Goku found himself standing in a serene white space. Time didn't exist here. Sound was muted. Peace radiated from every direction. He opened his eyes slowly. Two beloved faces stood before him. Zeno's mother with her gentle smile, and beside her, Gauten, waving softly. Goku's voice cracked. "Gauten, Alisi, is this real?" Zeno's mother stepped forward, her voice carrying both tenderness and strength. "This isn't a dream, Goku. It's an echo of the light that never died within you." She moved closer, her eyes filled with wisdom. "You were mistaken. You thought power alone was enough. But the light inside you wasn't created in a body or through energy. It lives in consciousness. Once you understand this, no one can ever take it from you again." She gestured to the necklace that now glowed between them. "That necklace I gave you doesn't store your light. It reminds you of its source. Remember, light doesn't fight darkness to defeat it. Light reminds darkness of what it has forgotten about itself." Gauten took his father's hand, smiling that familiar, gentle smile. "Dad, we're always with you. Don't be afraid. You never truly lost. Just let go of the anger and remember who you're protecting." Zeno's mother stepped back, still smiling. "Gauten is with me now, and I'm taking care of him. So you take care of the light. Awaken it once more, and give darkness its rightful fate." In the next instant, Goku's eyes snapped open. Black tears streamed down his face. The creature loomed above him, seething with fury, ready to end everything. But suddenly, something awakened. The dormant spirits of light burst to life. The Dark Ruler staggered backward, his confidence crumbling into terror. Goku began to blaze, his dimmed hair ignited with radiant golden light. His eyes burned with brilliance so intense that darkness itself seemed powerless before him. One of the friends whispered in awe, "I've never seen anything like this. His power, it's completely different." Vados, who had returned alongside her mysterious savior, murmured in astonishment, "His light is overwhelming everything. I never thought anyone could radiate such power." Nature itself responded. Balance returned. The sun broke through the darkness and shone upon the world once more. Then Goku let out a thundering roar, filled with resolve, command, and absolute authority. The sound echoed through every corner of existence. Air, earth, and sky trembled. The planet began to heal. Everything swallowed by darkness was now bathed in blinding radiance. Goku stood there, his body glowing, his eyes blazing with infinite confidence. His voice was calm, but carried undeniable power. "No more darkness. Your game is over." The creature that resembled Vegeta stood watching from a distance, his eyes gleaming with mystery. He thought to himself, "It's strange, this love for waiting. But with Goku, it's entertaining. I do enjoy surprises." On the reborn Earth, Goku began walking with steady, measured steps. Every movement radiated majesty and raw strength. The creature before him looked shaken, his confidence crumbling with each second. His inner voice trembled. How? How did he return with such presence, such overwhelming power? Suddenly, the creature lunged at Goku with speed faster than sound itself. But in a single instant, Goku vanished from everyone's sight. Even the angels couldn't comprehend what they were witnessing. Then gasps filled the air. Goku stood above his enemy, as if he'd mastered time itself. One angel murmured in disbelief, "His speed! Impossible. I've never seen anything like this in my entire existence." The creature's rage exploded. His face burned with fury and humiliation. He tried to grab Goku, desperate, frantic. But Goku wore a confident smile, his eyes blazing with golden determination. Wherever darkness seeks control, there will always be light unconquered. You won't toy with me again. In an instant, faster than light could travel, Goku raised his leg and delivered a devastating kick to the creature's neck. The sound thundered through the heavens. The ground quaked. The being trembled and collapsed, utterly crushed beneath Goku's overwhelming presence. A chilling silence fell over the battlefield. Goku lifted his head, his voice carrying across dimensions. "Seriously, now it's my turn to show you the difference between one who wields power and one who becomes light." In a blur beyond comprehension, Goku shot forward, grabbed the ruler's face with an iron grip, and hurled him across the field. Massive destruction followed in the creature's wake. Mountains crumbled, canyons formed, the very landscape reshaped itself. Even the angels stood stunned. One whispered, "His speed, I've never witnessed anything like it." Goku's friends watched with hearts caught between fear and awe. The ruler tried to strike back, throwing another desperate blow. But Goku stood unmoved, calm, radiant. The opponent lost balance, stumbling forward. Then came the iron fist. The strike shattered the creature's arm with a crack that echoed like thunder across the planet. The monster fell to his knees, screaming in agony. Silence froze the entire world. Goku spoke with mocking calm. "You know, your punches are starting to tickle. But don't worry, this little play ends now." He drove his knee upward in a blow so fierce it shattered the ruler's jaw. Then he lifted the creature effortlessly, like picking up discarded trash, and slammed him into the ground. The ruler lay motionless. The glowing runes covering his skin began fading into nothing. Goku's tone sharpened, his voice carrying weight. "I never wanted this end for you, Champa. I saw in you a chance for redemption, for Vados' sake. But now, I'll do what must be done." He stepped forward steadily, reaching his hand toward the ruler's head, ready to end the battle once and for all. But suddenly, the fallen ruler spoke, his voice weak but defiant. "If it's not the end for you, Goku, then let it be the end for someone else." In an instant, a beam of energy burst from the rubble, striking Vados directly in the chest. She fell to the ground, helpless, motionless. Every heart watching screamed in shock. Fury froze on every face. Goku's eyes flared with brilliant light. He raised his energy to its absolute limit and unleashed a massive attack that consumed the villain in unimaginable force. The blast carved a crater so deep into the earth it seemed bottomless. All beings stood silent, watching the end unfold. Goku lifted his head and roared toward the angels surrounding the battlefield. "Damn you, angels! When you chose to aid destruction with your own hands, your punishment was sealed. After your father falls, none of you can stand against me." But then lightning struck. A sudden attack, faster than thought itself, hit Goku directly. The force hurled him backward violently, his body tumbling through the air. Everyone froze in disbelief. His friends on the ground stared in horror. The mysterious stranger had reappeared, and this time, he was ready to change everything. Goku rose slowly, stunned but steady. He raised his voice, demanding answers. "What is the meaning of this? Justify your actions." The stranger smiled, slow, calculated. "You said no one is on the level of your power. Well, the answer has arrived. I believe the time has come." Goku remained bewildered, unable to comprehend the stranger's true strength or the scope of whatever plan was unfolding. In the Grand Palace, the Grand Priest smashed his cup against the floor. Fury consumed his expression, his eyes burning with rage. "My children's creation has been defeated. How long will Goku keep toying with me? I'm tired of watching from the shadows. I must intervene myself." He rose, a powerful halo forming around him, and stepped toward the palace gate with grim determination. Suddenly, a voice called out, "Oh, priest!" The Grand Priest turned sharply. King Zeno stood there with his guards, his innocent face showing confusion. "You disturb me while talking to yourself? Who is this Goku you want to get rid of?" The Grand Priest smiled faintly, masking his frustration. He knew Zeno didn't remember Goku. The memory wipe had worked. Huh? Just an ordinary person, nothing worth fussing about. But Zeno's expression shifted. Something strange flickered in his eyes. "Listen carefully. I had a dream. A woman claimed she was my mother. She said she came for me. Do you have an interpretation, priest? You usually explain my dreams." The Grand Priest's composure cracked. His mind raced, searching for an answer that wouldn't reveal weakness before Zeno. Back on Earth, Vados lay in agony. The attack had been mixed with the ruler's curse, dark energy eating away at her from the inside. The mysterious stranger knelt beside her, holding her in his arms. Her tears streamed endlessly down her face. Her voice broke with every word. "I never imagined my father would go this far, to destroy the entire order. I only wanted to protect Universe 7, to protect Goku." She clutched at his chest weakly. "Everything I did was for you and for Goku. He's carrying our mother's necklace. Please protect him. Don't let anyone touch it. This necklace isn't just metal. It's our soul, our past, our sacrifices, everything we were." Her breathing grew labored. "Goku met our mother in the Void Realm. He learned our past, everything about us. His existence is vital to the Order. Defend him, even if my father stands against you. Please, for my sake." Tears poured from the stranger's eyes. Not tears of weakness, tears of determination. His voice was soft but carried steel beneath it. "I promise." A few meters away, Goku faced the first mysterious figure, demanding answers. Suddenly, a group of angels stepped forward behind the stranger. They believed his recent attack had been on their side, that he'd finally united with them against Goku. One raised his voice confidently. "Well, I didn't expect this. A surprise, ally." Before he could finish, a massive explosion erupted. The angel was obliterated instantly. Nothing remained but ash drifting through the air. The mysterious stranger had killed him without hesitation. Goku froze. Shock registered across his face. His friends on the ground couldn't comprehend what just happened. The stranger wasn't on anyone's side. Goku's voice thundered. "What did you do? Killing him wasn't the right choice. My intention was punishment, not execution." The stranger spoke calmly, his voice charged with power and centuries of resolve. "The time has come. You need to understand. I've endured years of torment for your sake. I waited for this exact moment. Through persistence and passion, I reached a stage where I could blend three powers into my body." A strange flame ignited around him. Light that didn't belong to this world. Energy that defied natural law. He continued, his tone sharpening. "Don't worry about what I just did. I saw things you couldn't see. Now listen carefully. It's time to write the history I've waited years for." His eyes locked onto Goku's. "I want to defeat you now, Kakarot." The name hit Goku like a physical blow. His eyes widened, but before he could respond, another voice interrupted from behind the crowd. "Why the hurry? Seems someone wants to join me in my aims." Everyone turned. The royal creature, the one the Grand Priest had created, stepped forward with regal, deliberate strides. In his arms was a small child, Vegeta's daughter, Bulla. She cried in terror, struggling weakly against his grip, and the entire assembly froze in shock. No one understood how this being had snatched the child so quickly from among the friends gathering. Goku advanced, his voice a thunderous mix of rage and command. "Return her! Put the child down! Now!" The creature smiled coldly. "Don't worry. I won't harm her unless you obstruct my path. I demand an immediate dual council with you, Goku." The first mysterious stranger murmured to himself, realization dawning. "I remember now. The priest released his creation for me, but he programmed it for another purpose, perhaps to be a rule-changing tool." He stood and moved beside the royal creature. Gently, carefully, he took Bulla from the creature's arms and held her close. Minutes passed. The child's cries softened, then stopped entirely. Something in the stranger's presence gave her sudden, inexplicable reassurance. But before the moment of calm could settle fully, a violent explosion roared from behind them. A brilliant light split the sky, a scene no one could believe. It was the second mysterious figure, the one who'd held Vados as she died in his arms. He had unleashed his power, and his target was now crystal clear. His voice carried across the battlefield, heavy with finality. "I lived my whole life peacefully, keeping silent in the face of falsehood. It's time to wipe away this entire system. Goku stood at the center of it all, surrounded by mysteries, threats, and forces beyond even his comprehension. Three separate powers converged on this battlefield. The first stranger, who called him Kakarot and claimed to have waited years for this fight. The royal creature, born from the Grand Priest's desperate gamble. And the second stranger, who just lost everything and now radiated fury unlike anything the universe had seen. The angels tightened their formation. Their eyes darted between the combatants, uncertainty creeping into their ranks for the first time. Goku's friends watched from space, helpless. Pan clutched Gohan's arm. Krillin's breathing came shallow and rapid. Piccolo's voice was barely a whisper. This isn't just a battle anymore. This is a convergence. Every force that's been building across universes has gathered here. Vegeta stared down at the scene, his fist clenched so tight his knuckles went white. Kakarot, what have you gotten yourself into? On Earth, Goku took a slow breath. His golden aura flared, washing over the battlefield in waves of pure radiant energy. He spoke, not loudly, but his voice carried to every corner. I understand now. This was never about one battle. This was always leading here, to this moment, where every choice, every sacrifice, every path converges. He looked at the first stranger. You want to fight me? Fine. But know this, I won't hold back. He turned to the royal creature. You were created as a weapon, but you have a choice now. Walk away or be destroyed. Finally, his eyes fell on the second stranger, still radiating grief and rage. And you, I understand your pain. But if you stand in my way, I'll stop you, no matter what it costs. The second stranger's voice was ice. You understand nothing, Goku. You've never lost what I've lost. You've never been forced to watch the only light in your existence fade while you stood powerless. He raised his hand. Energy gathered. Dark, ancient, terrifying. But that ends now. I'll tear down every angel, every god, every corrupt system that allowed this to happen. Starting with them, he pointed toward the angel ranks. Before anyone could move, he vanished. An explosion erupted among the angels. 3 of them disintegrated instantly. Chaos erupted. Angels scattered, raising their staffs defensively. The first stranger laughed, a sound both amused and approving. Now this is entertaining. He turned to Goku. I'll give you a choice, Kakarot. Fight me now, one-on-one. Or join that rampage and face the consequences together. Goku's eyes blazed. His aura intensified. I don't need your choices. I make my own path. Goku's decision was instant. He shot toward the second stranger with blinding speed, appearing between him and the remaining angels in less than a heartbeat. Stop. I won't let you become what you hate. The second stranger's eyes burned with anguish and fury. Move aside, Goku. This doesn't concern you. These angels stood by while she suffered. They followed orders while innocent lives were crushed. They deserved nothing but erasure. Goku's voice was firm. Vados wouldn't want this. You know it. Honor her memory differently. For a moment, something flickered in the stranger's expression. Pain, doubt, hesitation. But then it hardened again. You didn't see her final moments. You didn't hear her last words. Don't pretend to understand what I've lost. He raised both hands. Energy spiraled around them. Pure, destructive, ancient power that predated the current order itself. Last warning, Goku. Step aside. Before Goku could respond, the first stranger appeared beside them both, his presence electric with anticipation. How touching, but I didn't wait centuries to watch a therapy session. He looked directly at Goku, his smile sharp. I told you, Kakarot, our fight is inevitable. Whether it happens now or after you deal with him, doesn't matter to me. I've got time. The royal creature stepped forward as well, still holding its regal composure despite the chaos. All of you forget. I was created for a singular purpose, and that purpose remains unfulfilled. Its eyes locked onto Goku. The Grand Priest designed me to end you, Goku. Every fiber of my being exists for that reason. I don't have the luxury of choice or waiting. I simply am your end. Goku stood at the center of 3 converging forces. His friends watched helplessly from space. The angels maintained their perimeter, uncertain whether to intervene or simply contain the explosion that was coming. Piccolo's voice was grim. He can't fight all 3 at once. Even Goku has limits, but Gohan shook his head slowly. You're wrong. Look at his face. Goku wasn't afraid, wasn't uncertain. He was calculating. His voice cut through the tension like a blade. You all want your piece of me? Fine. But understand something. Every second you waste here, the Grand Priest tightens his grip on reality itself. Every moment you focus on me, he manipulates the order you claim to care about. He looked at the second stranger, specifically. You want revenge against the system? Then aim higher. The angels following orders aren't your real enemy. He is. The stranger's expression flickered. Doubt crept in. Don't try to manipulate me, Goku. I'm not manipulating. I'm being honest. Vados spent her final breath asking you to protect something greater than revenge. Will you honor that or betray it? Silence fell. The second stranger's hands trembled. The energy around them wavered. Meanwhile, the first stranger watched with intense curiosity. Interesting strategy, Kakarot. Appeal to his emotions while buying yourself time. I respect it, but it won't work on me. He stepped forward, his aura flaring. 3 distinct energies swirling together in impossible harmony. I told you, I've blended 3 powers into one body. Angelic, destructive, and something else entirely. Something even the Grand Priest doesn't understand. His smile widened. I'm not here because I hate you. I'm here because defeating you is the only way to prove I've surpassed the limitations of this entire cosmic hierarchy. Goku's eyes narrowed. You sound like Vegeta used to. The stranger laughed genuinely. Maybe, but unlike Vegeta, I actually succeeded. The royal creature grew impatient. Its voice boomed across the battlefield. Enough talk. Goku, face me now, or I'll ensure everyone here suffers. Energy gathered around its form, golden inscriptions blazing brighter, power building exponentially. Goku's mind raced. 3 opponents, 3 different motivations, 3 distinct power sets. Fighting them simultaneously would be suicide. But dividing his attention would leave openings. He needed a different approach. His voice rang out clearly. You want to fight me? Then prove you're worthy. Show me you can work together first. The first stranger raised an eyebrow. What? Goku pointed toward the angel ranks. They're the ones maintaining this barrier, keeping my friends trapped in space, ensuring none of us leave here alive. He turned, his golden aura intensifying. You 3 claim to be beyond the system. Prove it. Break their formation. Free my friends? Then we'll see who's worthy of facing me. The challenge hung in the air. The second stranger looked at the angels with renewed hatred. The first stranger's smile grew wider. Intrigued by the tactical shift, the royal creature remained silent, processing. Then the first stranger laughed. Clever, Kakarot. Very clever. But I'll play along. This could be entertaining. He turned toward the angels. What do you say? Want to dance? The second stranger didn't need further encouragement. His grief transformed into focused rage as he launched toward the angel ranks. The royal creature followed, seeing an opportunity to eliminate obstacles between itself and its primary target. Chaos erupted. The angels, caught off guard by the sudden unified assault, scrambled to defend themselves. Staffs clashed. Energy waves collided. Space itself rippled with the violence. Goku watched for exactly 3 seconds. Then he moved. Not toward the battle, not toward his friends. He shot upward, toward the Grand Palace itself. His voice echoed across dimensions as he accelerated beyond comprehension. If you want me, priest, come face me yourself. Stop hiding behind puppets and broken creations. In the Grand Palace, the Grand Priest's eyes widened. Zeno looked up, confused. What was that sound? The Grand Priest stood quickly, his calm facade finally cracking. An unexpected development. Zeno, please excuse me. I must attend to something urgent. He turned toward the palace entrance, his aura blazing with power he rarely displayed. You want my attention, Goku? You'll have it, and you'll regret it. The battlefield below continued its chaos. 3 forces clashed with the angel ranks. Friends watched helplessly from their space prison, and Goku ascended alone toward the being who'd orchestrated everything. The true battle was finally beginning. What happens when Goku confronts the Grand Priest directly? Will the mysterious stranger's true identities finally be revealed? And what role does Zeno's forgotten memory play in the cosmic order's collapse? If you want to see how this unfolds, make sure you're subscribed. The next episode is going to change everything. Hit subscribe that button, and I'll see you in the next one.